maybe even before Marco you present, I was suggesting that we quickly run through how I have reorganized the slides, so that then even as you present, you see you already know how to go about it. Yeah, June is here as well.
Yes, how are you, David?
Very well, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Sorry, I had the important call before.
Yeah, yes, we can start.
There you are. Your camera. Yes.
Yeah, finally I solved the problem.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Dr. Fahmi.
Hello.
Yeah, we have full team, except Dr. Mel.
Okay, great. Okay, the full team is here. So, good evening to you all, and yeah, it's good night to you and good evening to my two colleagues here. It's a pleasure to be here to have this practice session with CISC. It is ideally a mock, so we are trying to run and practice what will be happening this Thursday as you share your experiences with the rest of the participants in the Beacon community. So as always, we record these sessions and we are going to share this recording with you after the meeting. And so if you're not comfortable with us recording, you can have your video off. If you do not wish to have your voice recorded as well, you can mute. And as well, so that we give Marco the piece that he needs as he presents, we are going to remain on mute and only unmute when we need to speak or contribute. I'm going to click record if that's fine with everyone.
Yeah.
Recording in progress.
Okay, great. So we are going to share the screen for you. We are going to run the screen for you so that you don't have to focus on playing it around as you present. And then after the presentation, we are going to give our feedback in terms of the time that has been taken, areas that you can improve or change on, and such other kind of a feedback, just to make sure that then you are very ready for the day and you actually shine during your presentation. So allow me to share my screen. And Marco, whenever ready, you can begin.
Okay. Okay, so good day, everyone. My name is Marco Wijaya, representative of CISC. And for the next 15 minutes, I will show you about our progress in the last 6 months regarding our Lane Navigator program. Next, please. Okay, so let me introduce you all about our organization by 11 cancer survivors in 2003. And in 2022, we already have like 2,300 members. CISC has some core values such as visions to become a leading organization in providing support and information to the cancer community and also cancer society in order to achieve Indonesia Peduli Kanker, or more open-minded of Indonesia in cancer. And we have 3 focus areas. Actually, it's 2. The first one is emotional support for patients, and the second one is advocacy. But earlier this year, we are trying to expand and we are trying to learn about data management. Hopefully, we can participate and help in building a clinical registry in Indonesia. And also, CISC have several goals to achieve. The first one is to provide a psychosocial support for patients and their families, actively participates in increasing public awareness and knowledge about the importance of early detection of cancer, mediate stakeholders, and gain harmonious relationship between various parties involved in cancer treatment, provide accurate and up-to-date information about cancer, and the last one is to establish and strengthen the network to support institutional activity. Next, please. Okay, so I would like to provide you with geographical information about Indonesia. So to cover like a lot of islands in here, we accommodate to have some branches. The center is in DKI Jakarta. It is the hotspot, and we have like 12 branches all across Indonesia. Next, please. Okay, so I would like to provide you all with information about our PN program. So the targets, we have like 3 targets for now and one ongoing in our ongoing project. The first one is with National Cancer Center, Darmais Hospital, or NCC Darmais. We would like to start the PN on pancreatic/colorectal, prostate, and lungs. And also with Cipto Mangunkusumo Hospital, or known as RSKM, we are going to start with Department of Radiation Oncology, and also the patients in our boarding houses. We have 2 boarding houses, Anggrek and Mortado, near the 2 hospitals we are going to navigate. And also, we are going to expand the project later on with MRCCC Siloam hospitals. We are going to start a project on breast cancer in cooperation with SDH initiative. Next slide, please. Okay, let me elaborate more about NCC Darmais Hospital. We are going to focus on 3 cancers, and we are navigating a new patient. NCC Darmais Hospital is a type A hospital. It's also known as National Referral Hospital, and it covers about 20,000 cancer patients monthly. In collaborations with NCC Darmais, we are going to work together with Clinical Navigator, while CISC are going to provide a non-medical assistance. We just launched our navigation project in Darmais, and we got a room. And also, we had several trainings to cover some cancer information, so we can navigate it. Navigate better. Next slide, please. Also with Cipto Mangunkusumo Hospital, or SCM, it's also a type A hospital, also known as National Referral Hospital. It covers about 60,000 to 82,000 patients monthly, but it's not only for cancer. And with collaborations with RSCM, we are going to start in radiation oncology department. We have made several activities together with doctors from RSCM, such as making the brochure. It's like some descriptions about what Patient Navigator really is. We also provide with maps and we had translating a module for education patients. It's it is in a toolkit. You can check it on a section 5H part 2, and it's on progress. Next slide, please. Also, I would like to tell you the current conditions in Indonesia. Indonesia is an archipelagic country with populations about 276 million people, and prevalence of cancer is 134 per 100,000 people. And in 2020, it's about 96,000 cases of cancer, and about 234,000 lead to mortality. It's some barriers to care in Indonesia. I would like to mention the main problems. The first one is the accessible healthcare facilities, because we have uneven treatment capacities within city. As we all know, Indonesia consists of thousands of islands. So there are some cities that unable to get some access to a better healthcare facilities. And also the second one is the long waiting time due to limited infrastructure, experts, and medical devices. It's extend the queuing time, resulting in more time consumption to obtain the complete treatment. The third one is the continuity of treatment. When patients have to go like a lot of things to have their treatment, patient need support so they can manage to go through the treatment appropriate manner. And the fourth one is the emotional distress. Next slide, please. And this is the core values of our patient navigation project. We have a vision to become a leading patient navigation program that enables patients to access and complete quality cancer treatment in a timely manner. Our mission is to provide psychosocial support, information and educations, or in acronym PI, in order to promote adherence and completion of cancer treatment through engagement of patients and their families in patient support activities. And the objectives is to provide a psychosocial support to patients and their families, to provide accurate information and educations about cancer diagnosis, treatment, and survivorship to the patients and their families, facilitate our patients to obtain appropriate resource support such as wheelchairs, oxygen cylinders, or accommodations or transportations according to their needs, and promote the strategic partnership and continuous cooperations with all cancer stakeholders. This is our work so far. The first one is the 7 members of CISC representatives in Beacon community are sharing each chapters of the toolkit with CISC PN via weekly meeting. The second one, we have a settled conditions already. We managed to finish our SWOT analysis. We already have a comprehensive staff chart with their responsibilities. We already make a stakeholder list, and we have internal and external expert as advisor. And also we have a solid design team with long-term and short-term plans to develop the project. Next, please. The third one, we maintaining the boarding houses and their facilities. For now, we have 2 houses located in Jakarta, accommodating like 14 patients and 14 caregivers in the first house, and 8 patients and 8 caregivers in the second house. We also have car, motorcycle, oxygen cylinders, and wheelchairs if necessary. And the fourth one, we are composing several forms and SOPs, standard of procedures. We have a SOP of the N, elaborating the roles and their responsibilities. We have REL and routine data management system, and we already make our patient navigation report. Next slide, please. And this is also a Gantt chart and our SOP. We can skip this part. Okay, so about our milestones. The first one, we have a design team and several SOPs that we built. And we have launched our patient navigation project into hospitals at Jakarta. The first one is NCC, National Cancer Center, Darmais Hospital, cooperating with clinical navigator, assisting some new patients in 3 different cancers. It started on 9th of September 2022. And also the other one is in RSTM or Cipto Mangunkusumo Hospital. It's a pilot project that we are collaborating with Radiation Oncology Department and started on 16 September 2022. And also with RSTM, we try to translating educational materials from Beacon Toolkit with guidance from ICS. Next, please. Okay, now we are going to talk about challenges we have encountered so far. The first one is technical issues. Our solutions is working in pairs. Hopefully, one can have the opportunity to familiarize with the forms and with technology. The second one is the high turnover rate, because CISC consists of more than 90% cancer survivors. So the high turnover is quite high. Our solutions is working in a group, so more people to back each other up if necessary. The third one, we don't have a stable cash flow or income because we are NGO organization. So our solution is conducting some fundraising event to get some cash to cover our operations, and after that we are going to generate financial statements. The fourth one, due to limited knowledge and medical perspective of cancer and cancer treatments, the solutions is we are maintaining a good communications with medical stakeholders and conducting a particular training to fill the gap. And the fifth one is data collections and analysis, because we are going to try to achieve our goal in data management and helping clinical registry in Indonesia. Our solutions is we are enrolled in some training regarding data collections and analysis. Next slide, please. So it is some Beacon Toolkit and that we are feel that help us a lot through the last 6 months. The first one is Toolkit Phase 1. It's Section 1 to Section 3. It's helping us to get the sufficient knowledge for brainstorming and deciding the fundamentals of our PN. The sections 2G and 3C regarding the design team and some internal analysis, it's helped us a lot through the very first step. The second one is the Toolkit Section 5 regarding MEL and SOPs and data management. And the last but not least, the sharing session with more experienced organizations. because it is a new experience in Indonesia. So having some insights from more experienced organizations is very enlighten us to determine the priority. Next slide, please. So this is 3 questions we would like to answer today. The first one, after the whole pilot program is finished, can we still be provided with some guidance and evaluations from ACS? The second one, do you know any lady and team with similar background like CIST? It consists of cancer survivors and healthcare practitioners. We would like to connect with them, if any, and we want to know about the benefits they are obtained by being a navigator and challenges they had been through. And the third one, do we have to submit some documents or some kind of reports to ACS? Next slide, please. I guess that's all for me. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so very much for that. It was quite a presentation, and we want to really appreciate you for the time that you took to come up with the presentation and even taking us through it. So we are going to have a moment to give our first impressions, feedback, areas that you may improve on, just to make sure that it will be awesome when that day comes. And then we will also get to hear from you, Marco. How has it been for you presenting? So we would like to hear that. How has it been?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Okay, yeah. How has it been for you as you are presenting?
I guess there's some changes in presentations that I'm not prepared of. So there's some miss, I guess. But after I got like the whole presentations, I'll say it's quite nice.
Okay, good to hear that, because yeah, for us who are listening to you speak and share your experience with us, we also brought one can pick out quite a number of pieces of information from that as well. But I want to invite my team and even your team to give some areas that we may improve on. So let's start with him.
Okay. Thank you, Marco, for that presentation. I hope you can all hear me. That was a good presentation, actually, very captivating. It shows that you have prepared for it. On Marta's time, the presentation took 17 minutes and 23 seconds. So I think that is a good sign. Itonga will advise us on how much time you're going to take during the presentation. So about the presentation, there was slide 3. If you can go to slide 3, that had the different branches. It was a map. Yes, that one. It wasn't very clear what the branches we are talking about. So because I think from your side it's clear, the listeners or the participants might want to know what kind of branches we are talking about. Yeah, you talked about 12 branches, but it wasn't very clear, the branches. Then there was the photo on NCC Darmais, the hospital. Yes, this one. When you're looking at it with Gitonga, the bottom part, the one that has the barcode, you talked about training. I think it would be good to hear what kind of training this was and how beneficial it was to your, what kind of training. And training of who and by who, because I think that will be very interesting for us to hear. And then on our work so far, There was a slide on our work so far. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, there was a part we're talking about monitoring and evaluations. Oh yeah, I think it's that part. It will be also very interesting the progress so far. And then there was also the part of challenges. I didn't capture what slide number it was. There was a part of challenges. Then number five was a bit rushed. So if you could hear what kind of, in terms of data collection analysis, and the solution was training. So if you could explain just a little bit, not much, I think it's very important because many organizations have challenges, especially on data collection and analysis. Yeah, and then for the use of the toolkit, resources, number 2 on section 5, yes, this one. I think now it all boils down to how has the toolkit helped you? Because now that was a challenge. Is the toolkit helping you in terms of data management and data collection? I think that is what I was able to capture. But overall, the presentation was good.
Okay, great. That was quite some observations, and they rhyme with some of the things that I had captured as well. So we can have a very quick look through. So this particular area was very well covered. Again, the question about the map here that appeared, and the thing is, you can mention now. My question was, this is work that you are doing as CISC, and maybe these are centers that you operate from within the various islands in Indonesia. So you can paint it in such a way so that the participants or people that are following can know that. And then the second thing is, we are speaking about a patient navigation program. Also point where in the map where you are planning that, like okay, because we've gone through your presentation and we've had a conversation before. For me, I know you are doing that in Jakarta, but everyone else doesn't know. So it's good to highlight that so that people know. And then the second thing is that you mentioned that even if you're focusing in Jakarta right now, that's where the major hospitals are. And so they receive patients from all these other places. Yeah, that would be very important to hear as well. Yeah, for this particular one, you covered it well as well. You mentioned that the slide that speaks about each of the first two where you have already started the program. As you are speaking, it was like you are planning to begin until later on when you said that you've launched the program. So as you present about them, say you've already started the program so that people know NCC Dharmais, it's running, and Mandung Kusumo, RSCSM, that one has already started as well.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah, noted.
Yeah. So then I had a question about the figures here. It's good to paint the patient workload for these hospitals. And there is a point where bullet number 2 that shows that NCC serves approximately 20,000 cancer patients in a month. I feel like that is a whole lot of people within a month. Is it within a month or is it within a year? We need to confirm that.
Actually, I got the data from their annual report, and it said that they cover about 20,000 cancer patients monthly, and it not only the late stage of cancer, but also some early stage of cancer. And because NCC Darmais Hospital is like national referral hospital, and it exclusively manage in cancer, I would say it's quite makes sense to have 20,000 cancer patients in a month.
Okay, great.
It's
Yeah.
our biggest hospital in Jakarta to provide a cancer treatment.
Yeah, so then painting the picture that I was trying to bring on to show that when we are seeing these big numbers of patients, you just provide that explanation that you just give so that the person who is listening can visualize what you know already. Yeah, so that they are with you as you present. Yes, yes. And then the second bit, because the numbers are so large, even if they focus on cancer, is to tell them that it's not just patients who are there for treatment, but all the way from screening. This is a total of all the people that they do it, so that they can know it is an aggregate number. Yes,
I see.
and I think the same will apply for CSM as well. Yeah. Now, for the materials on the right, these materials here, I know you mentioned like you've worked with the hospital to develop something like the maps and the other. We would also like you to take a minute, like to tell the participants how you went about that. What are some of these materials? Because they are written in a language that is not clear to everyone. So you can say, like, for example, the first one is a brochure about what is it about, even without going to the details. And then on the very last page here, I can see like a journey, a process here. Yeah, so you can also explain to them so that they can visualize that. Things like those, yes. Yeah, so I also noted that there was some lag time between moving the slide and talking. Yeah, there was that lag time. So, and it could be really something about connectivity or internet, either from my side or even from your side. So really, we hope that it's going to be much better on Thursday as you do the actual presentation. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there is somewhere that we spoke about weekly basis. I'm trying to see where that is. Yeah, there is even this here. When we are speaking about barriers to care, we'd like it to be, you see the way you presented long waiting time, someone can already see that's a challenge. It's long waiting time. Emotional distress, that even without explaining, someone can see it's a problem. What about accessible healthcare facility? And from your explanation, someone could see that the point that you're putting across is that you being an archipelago, you have so many islands, and that brings in, puts in place some geographic and physical barriers to access healthcare. Yeah, so we will change that so that then even from the point itself, someone can see, oh, this is a challenge. Yeah, so that when you explain, then it sinks home even much better. Then there is continuity of treatment. So I see it's about the so many things that patients need, a lot of other support other than just treatment. There are a lot of other things that patients need so that they are able to complete their treatment. I think we are also going to, to paraphrase that so that then it brings out that aspect being a challenge. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this one was awesomely done, which was great. As well now. Remember, your Beacon community members, and when it would be interesting for others to hear as well, as well as us, of course, to hear how are you going about using the toolkit or the communities. And I can see you even set aside some virtual time internally as a team to have people go into the toolkit, study the materials there, come and present to the team, and then you share and give feedback. So don't rush to it, just speak it like that so that the people know, yeah, it's a process. And then the other question I had with regards to that, do you have a particular day when you do this sharing, when you hold these meetings to discuss toolkit? Yeah, so it would be important to put that day. If you have that particular day, it would be good to mention that as well. Great. Then, yeah, here on monitoring and evaluation, and it's really important and very commendable the amount of work you've done in even coming up with tools. Yeah, and my colleague Grace here mentioned that. I think for this particular part, the number 4 here, while you explain it, we can flip to the next slide and then take a minute or two to speak about these tools, because from our side, we know these are great tools, they are amazing tools. So share about them with everyone. Say what the first one here is all about and how you developed it. Talk about the second one and what that is about. And then there are also certain things that I didn't hear you talk about, and I know you developed them, like the code of ethics. That's a very big milestone as well. So it's good to talk about it as you present. Yeah. So you could either mention it up there in the first slide, or you can mention it here. Yes. Then the last point that I had from my side is the very last bit, the one about translating materials. It would also be good to take some time to say what material are you translating and why you saw the need. Like we were, the other day we were in a meeting where we were discussing that particular material, and you said that you realized that there is need to have that so that then your patient navigators can be better equipped to provide the right information to the patients that you are supporting. And you found a useful resource and then you mentioned it is patient and care booklet in activity 5H. So that then people can see the connection, so that when we say, oh, we've used and we are seeing a lot of benefits from that, and to also demonstrate that you've gone ahead and done something with that information, then that will be very inspiring for the rest of the peers who will be participating in this activity. The very last one is here. When you mentioned activity 2G and activity 3C, I could almost see what you are talking about. But not everyone else in the participant knows what is 2C and what is, what is 3G and what is 2C. So in other words, what I'm saying, you don't need to put everything else, but just say that section toolkit phase 1, section 1 to 3, they helped you in gaining sufficient knowledge from brainstorming and deciding fundamentals of, and even the designing of your program, and then speak about like 2 examples, like for example 2G, and they say activity 2G on this and this. And then activity 3C on this and this was very helpful in doing that. When it comes to section 5, and we know section 5 is about monitoring, evaluation, and learning, you can also mention tools that you found there that were very helpful for you.
Noted.
Yes. The last bit about sharing sessions, and I believe these are the monthly sessions that we organize, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, great. So it was also good. It's kind of unique because you are the first organization to bring it up. So I found it kind of interesting that it's not just sessions that we are putting together, but people are actually learning from those sessions as well. So that's very important to reflect as well. Yeah, and that's it. But otherwise, other than that, it was amazing. And you did a very good job. So it's just now a matter of, and I know what we did is you already have all that information, but possibly you felt that time was running, you wanted to finish the presentation, and so you didn't have sufficient time to present everything. But just take your time so that then participants can follow you and understand really where you are. Yes.
Okay.
On the day, we are going to give 20 minutes. So it's the time that you've added plus 3. So the plus 3 minutes will be enough for you to cover those other basics that we just spoke about. Yeah, but during the day itself, please do not feel the need to rush. Just share the information, and then we'll be queuing in so that then you can be able to move at a pace that everyone understands. Does it sound like a lot of work, or is it helpful?
It is very much helping, Kitonga. So Marco can go to more details to enrich the presentation. Doesn't make it blunt or flat like that.
Yes.
More
yeah, great. Yeah.
People.
Yes, and now the second thing is, as Marco was presenting, I was wondering, suppose Marco, something happens, and maybe we are not saying it is going to happen, but suppose it happens that Marco is disconnected, what happens?
I can always help.
Oh, I guess we're will substitute.
Yeah, I can always help.
Okay, yeah.
Time.
Okay, yeah. So the point that we are trying to say is that it is good to have 2 or more people in the team ready to present, just in case of anything, someone steps in very quickly, so that we also save on time.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and then after the presentation, we will have a session where the other participants will ask clarifying questions as well. So again, we would like to hear everyone in the team participate, not just Marco.
Yeah, Bujung can help. I can help, and some others.
Yes.
Yeah, all doctors. We have doctors here. We can help.
Okay.
And so
that is great. That is great to hear. Yes. So
Gitonga,
yes.
may I add just a little bit in the first slide, because it just says DKI Jakarta. Maybe people is not aware that Jakarta is the capital city of Indonesia.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe you can add on that or put a circle. DKI Jakarta is the capital city of Indonesia, so that's why everything is centered.
Yeah, that's a very good bearing to bring people to understand why particular there. Yes, yes.
Yeah, because as you saw the number 20,000, it seems like very, very awkward, right? So, but
it's big. It's a big number. Yes.
Yeah, if you explain that because it's capital city. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that's a very good observation. Thank you. Okay, so Irianti, Malco, and team, that's it from our side, and we really commend you for this. I am going to send you this particular version, the one that we've been sharing on screen, so that then you can familiarize with how even it flows, do a lot more other exercises and practice, because it's going to appear just as it is on Thursday as you present. And also, I know you already know this, but we are presenting in 3 days' time. That is on 22nd of this month. So we are looking to forward to that wonderful presentation, and we wish you a lovely. Right now it's night at your time, so have a restful night.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, how about the 3 questions, Gitonga, that Marco has?
Yes. Now let's go to the 3 questions. Yeah. Yeah. So the 3 questions we see like most of them are targeted at ACS, and ACS will be there to respond to those questions on that day. We will share with them the questions before so that they will respond knowing that it's not just to you, but to even other participants as well, so that they can benefit from that information. For question 2, it may appeal to everyone else, and anyone else within the community or the participation may have some information about who else is doing the work that's similar to what you are doing, and may be able to help. The second bearing about question 1 and 2 is that it is beneficial not only to you as CISC. I believe it's a question that even the other former pilot organizations are asking. So they are very valid and on-point questions.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right, so we will say byes for now.
Yeah.
And then see you on Thursday. I will be sending this before our end of day today.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
We do appreciate.
You're welcome. And bye.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you so much for the insights. It's very beneficial for us.
Yeah.
Okay. You're welcome, Marco.
Okay. Yeah. Good day,